So, in the last days of summer, and what is being in the last days of summer mean for someone who is a digital nomad who lives full time in a van? The last days of summer, I don't know. We don't. I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't think about it as being the last day of summer because although I don't call myself a snowbird, I'm always in pursuit of perfect weather. I am not a fan of cold weather. I am not a fan of hot weather. Although I can take hot weather much better than I can take cold weather. So, in the last days of summer, this summer I have been hanging close to my hometown because each year, and this has been going on, I've shared it on this channel, my mother is sick. My mother needs a caregiver. My mother needs a caregiver. My mother has a caregiver, and it is a family member. And frankly, I am not happy. I am quite disappointed to the point of getting myself in trouble, disappointed with my mother's care situation, how she's being cared for. And my mother is falling. My mother has I don't want to get into the host of problems she's had, and she's been dealing with this for years. But as each year goes by, she definitely needs. So my opinion would be my mom needs, if she needs a full-time caregiver, and if it's going to be in her house, then, or my mom needs, my mom needs a full-time loving caregiver. And I wouldn't be doing my mom any justice if I just decided to go off on my van adventures. And I've done that. I've done it for many years, and I've seen my mother get progressively sick, sicker, I should say. And I've done that, and I've checked in on my mother when I'm in town. I've checked in on my mother, and I'm gonna say I've done all that I thought I could. But just as a daughter, it's sometimes as the women in the family, we are these superwomen, these strong superwomen. Y'all always have on like a jacket or something because I don't like showing my arms. I don't like showing me. And it's funny. Let me get off topic for a second. I wear all summer long. I kid you not. All summer long, I have worn boy boxer shorts. Not the same ones. I have like maybe 10 pair. I got them on sale for $1. Like a pack of 3 was like $1. So I just like bought a bunch of packs. And I knew I would wear them in the van like as shorts, like like biker shorts, which is what they look like. And some of them don't even have that the pee hole. Is that what you call it? The pee hole. But I've worn these, and I wear them I wear them in stores. But I always have on like a jacket. I have a lot of these kind of like these jackets. I'm off topic because I don't want to get back on my. So I always have these kind of jackets on, and I really don't like to show my arms or just even show myself. I don't like showing myself. I don't like showing myself. So back to my mom. My mom has needed a caregiver. My mom needs a full-time loving caregiver, and that's what I'm dealing with. And sure, I understand. My mom understands that she's not happy. She cried when I first told her that I was moving in a van. She's never wanted me to live in a van. She even told me one time, it's not a proper way for a woman to live. And what is a proper way for a woman to live? I had this commenter, and she know who she is. She's funny. She always talks all this smack on my channel, and she's like, I want to do van travel. I'm just thinking how she might talk. I want to do van travel, but I would need a proper vehicle. And I'm like, what the is a proper vehicle, ma'am? Back to my mother. Let me stay on topic. It is my responsibility as a daughter not to live my life, not to live out my dreams and take my adventures. I am entitled to that. Listen to me and say it with me. I am entitled to live my joy route. I am entitled to that. I have raised my children. I don't have grandchildren, and I am entitled to that. I was raised by my grandparents, by my grandmother. I've spoken lovingly. She's deceased. I've spoken lovingly about my grandmother. In fact, I'm told my grandmother's name means joy. Like her name said a different way. Beatrice means joy. My aunt told me that. And so, but as a loving daughter, it is my responsibility to make sure. I wouldn't want my 2 sons to not make sure I had the proper care. And you know, sometimes I get a little frustrated because I feel like, why is it on me? You know, why is it on me? And I've called upon some of the older women, or like people who really in this family try to hold us together, and I've asked for their advice and their suggestions. My mother does not want to go to a home, and I understand that, but I think like with a home, I think why people have such bad experiences in like nursing homes or assisted living facilities is because if the family members don't visit and don't check on them and show that they are loving and caring, then I think that's why they have problems. I'm rambling. That's why I never just talk on video, because I ramble. So my mother needs care, and I couldn't enjoy myself like on the road. But I think every time I plan something with somebody, like I talk to people all the time, not talk to them, but we may talk via text or email or whatever. And I always say, let's do this, let's do that, because these are the things I want to do. But when you are my age, over 50, hitting on 2 nickels, right? You have to, your parent, what starts to happen with people my age and maybe even earlier, your parents start to get, they're starting to get sick. Heck, at our age, we start to have things going on, right? And so our parents start to get sick, and it is our responsibility. I feel like it's our responsibility as children to take care of our parents. I was raised by my grandparents, but in the second half of my life, my mother helped me raise my boys. My mother went through a lot of challenges in her life. She bounced back beautifully, and she was able to help me with my children. I don't know how I would have done it. When I moved to California, I was in a bad marriage, just trying to work and go to school. It was like I was in film school, and my mother saved my life with my children. She helped me to this day. My mother allowed me to go to California without my boys at first, you know, and it was just, she did so many wonderful things for me. And even if my mother had not done those things, I love my mother. I know that my mother loves me. It's different because my grandmother, you know, I love my grandmother. It's like I feel like I had the best of both worlds, right? My mother and my grandmother. So that's my dilemma, y'all. I have to get that situation right. I don't even know what that means. Sometimes I feel like I'm at such a loss. I thank the women in my co-working group because they give me good suggestions and tips. But some days I know when I feel overwhelmed, I made up a word, y'all. It's called overwhelmity, which means to be 10 times more than overwhelmed. And sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I just don't do anything. Like I don't do nothing. It's just like I break down. I work, but I just like break down. I feel so overwhelmed with the phone calls and the people I need to talk to. It takes a lot out of me. Being an introvert, and this is what people don't understand about introverts. I think people think introverts are shy, and some introverts are shy. I have writer friends who say, Frankie, you is outgoing. You is not no introvert. I am an introvert. Introvert means it's just like filling up your gas tank. You go for a long road trip and you run out of gas. You can't go no more. You can't do nothing else. So in a day's time, with me dealing with my mother's situation, vacation bag. Now I'm kidding about that. But me dealing with all my different situations, I don't have nothing left. I don't have nothing left. That's probably why I chose to become a writer, because I may talk a lot when I'm in your presence, but I am not a person who like talks on phone. I don't. And I have some wonderful sister friends who I've traveled with, Fia, Andrea. I talk about them all the time and Brenda, well, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but I just have some wonderful sister friends. DG, what it do? I got some wonderful sister friends that either I've traveled with or I've just talked to them on the phone. Ray, y'all my homies, right? But I'm not like that kind of person that like just talks. Like, I don't know. So I feel weird. I'm better at texting or writing because that's what I do. I write. But I want to express how much I care and thank people for caring about me. And I feel the same way about them. And I can't wait to link up with different Lisa. I forgot my friend Lisa. That's my homie. I mean, like some people don't want me to say, I don't know if they want me to say their name, but I look forward to connecting and traveling with them. I'm trying to get out of here. Not trying, in September. Like, I'm going to go. And I have to have this issue resolved. And if it's not resolved, I mean, it's going to be resolved because it has to be. Can't let my mother go out like that. I can't do it. And but I am entitled to live my life, right? I've done what I needed to do, and I want to take the joy route, right? What's your joy route? What you going through? Talk to me in the comments, y'all. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel. I am getting on the road. I don't like to bring y'all what's going on in my personal life, because my personal life is not about my joy route, right? Right? All right, y'all, let me end this video. Consider subscribing, but most importantly, whatever you do and however you do it, always, 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 always take the joy route. Take the